We're good to go, mate?
Yeah, should we just wing it?
Yeah, why not?
Sick.
Welcome to MADinc. We are Perth's leading automotive detailing studio, passionate about all vehicles and sharing our story. Find us on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, Spotify and Apple Podcasts to learn more. And thanks so much for watching, listening and supporting. We hope you enjoy.
Welcome to the third episode of the MADinc podcast. My name is James.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're winging it.
Yeah.
We have no scripts or notes or anything in front of us. But what we are going to discuss today is the idea of insurance and doing insurance jobs and how that is kind of an untapped market in the detailing industry. But first, a bit of an update. What's been going on?
Oh, mate, a lot.
A lot. We've been a bit busy.
Yeah, I guess most people probably don't know we bought another truck.
Yeah.
And you're doing a video on that, so I guess that'll get
That's going to be, if you follow us on YouTube, that's going to be next week's video. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so we've been busy doing that. And then the boat we picked up last week.
Yeah.
So we've been busy trying to get things sorted on that. Then we've been busy with the marine side of the business now. Then a lot of insurance work, which
We'll go into more.
we can talk about that. And just, yeah, it's been busy, mate. We're busier than we were like this time last year.
Yep.
By not just a little bit, by a lot. And I
Yeah.
think that is a big reflection on the team, everyone working really well together. Because traditionally winter, it's quiet. People don't want to get their cars cleaned or whatnot. But mate, we are.
It's been raining pretty constantly for about a month straight here. But our showroom has been absolutely full. There have been cars that haven't been started yet that have sat like outside for a little bit because there's just no room while stuff gets shuffled and things like that.
Yeah, well, I wanted to keep the boat here until we could get it finished. I've had to take that home.
Yeah.
I've taken the M3 home to make room for the workshop, which it's awesome. So very, very good.
Yeah.
We're going away for a few weeks.
Yeah.
End of the month. So we'll go take the boat away and then hopefully we've got some PPF on there so we can give that a run while we're away.
Yep.
Then
those who follow our social media would have seen a small teaser the other week of XPEL's new marine paint protection film.
Yep.
So that's that's basically a PPF that's designed specifically to bond to and protect boat hulls.
Yeah, so they've changed the adhesive and it's for the marine industry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not going to use marine film on cars.
No.
And they've also just brought out marine window tinting, which we've just done a 82-foot Bertram we've just tinted.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, a few square metres. So, so the marine side of things is kicking off, but that's a whole nother kettle of fish because we have to go out, we've got to quote, we've got to spend the time creating templates and it's a whole nother beast.
Yeah.
Whereas XPEL don't have templates for the marine industry yet, and I'm not sure if they will have them because boats vary a lot, right?
Boats are almost custom every time.
Yeah.
Matthias is going to love all of the custom templates he gets to create.
Well, everyone's going to have a hand in it, I think, because it's going to be a big, a lot of big projects happening. We will trial it on our boat.
Yep.
And it's not going to be, I've decided that it's not going to be like seamless installations.
Yep. Like we would on a car.
Correct. Yep. So boats get thrown around a lot more than a car would. Eskies, beer cans, sea toys, all the rest of it.
Yep.
So if we can, butt it up so it's nice and close.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like a wear section. So if you scuff it, you're not replacing a whole massive piece.
It's going to be thousands of dollars.
Yeah. It's like, hey, mate, I scuffed the left-hand side of the centerpiece of the chair. Yep. Boom.
Yep.
Done. No
Easy.
worries. yeah, that's going to make things a lot easier, and a lot more cost effective for the customer. So yeah, there's a little bit on, which is really good.
But stay tuned to see our the finished result of our boat project, and then obviously that leading into this new marine protection products that we're exploring. That'll be very, very exciting.
Yeah, we can do a podcast on marine stuff if people are keen to hear about it. Massive industry. If you love boats, why wouldn't you get into it? I know a lot of people aren't into boats, so I get why you don't do something you don't love. I get that. But yeah, great industry to get into, and there's some good projects to work on, and there's some good money to be made as well. So if you enjoy the ocean and you've got good sea legs and things like that, then you'll be sweet. But yeah, I guess now, like this podcast, we can chat about insurance and how everyone just thinks about like the retail customer as a good way to generate income and whatnot, but the insurance side of things as well is very important. And I think if you can tap into that side, that's a great way to have steady income. Like the more cars we do, the more customers that are out there, it's not their fault, but someone might hit them or damage the car, and then that car needs to come back. So you're not just having the income once. You're now having to fix the car maybe once, maybe it happens twice, 3 times. We've had cars back here multiple times.
Some people just have the misfortune of just getting hit or pranged in car parks at supermarkets, things like that.
Well, my car got hit the other day, the BMW, and I didn't even know. And then I left it here at work, and then the boys are like, mate, what's wrong? What happened to your car? I'm like, what do you mean? And then sent me a photo, and then sure enough, someone's hit me in the car park.
My goodness.
And luckily enough, the film's done its job and saved the front bumper. But there you go, I'm a prime example.
Interestingly as well, this is another good example that I haven't even told you about yet, is we did my dad's car, the blue, it was a blue iX1 BMW, and that was hit just recently just by road debris on Tonkin Highway, and it's made an absolute mess of the film on the front, but it's coming in, getting redone, and it looks pretty gnarly, but like you look at it and it's like, that the paint underneath is going to be okay, and it's like, whoa, it's just like, it's such a relief in your head because you look at it and it makes you so nervous. You're like, oh my goodness, like car's been damaged, blah, blah, blah. But really looking forward to getting that one in and seeing what it looks like underneath. New film on it, no worries.
So there you go. There's another job that I guess your parents paid for. Now, whether they go through insurance, the insurance company will then pay for that, and then we liaise with them and the paint shop and whatever else. So I think people can slide into the insurance work, like go visit your panel shops in your area and create those networks. And then that way, they're like, hey, Nick, we've got a car that needs paint protection put back on it. Can you send us a quote? Yeah, no worries. Like, and then all of a sudden it's easy for them. It's easy work for you. And then you have another steady stream of income. So I guess it's easy. Like it's you're not having to go look for those customers, So very simple way to generate more income for your business.
An avenue that's relatively untapped, relatively unknown.
I think so.
And that people aren't, even customers perhaps aren't fully aware of it. And what gives it away is just the other day we had a guy coming in who was asking about it, asking about how stuff gets covered under insurance and things like that. Anyone listening or watching might possibly be thinking the same thing along the lines of, okay, so which insurers will cover what and what's the process? How does it work? Will different insurers cover different things? Do you have to declare it like with some insurers you have to declare modifications to your car? Things like that. And I looked into it and I explained it to this customer who was visiting the other day as simply as I could, which is just for the sake of an example, if we use a mass insurer like RAC, for example, you don't have to specifically declare modifications or alterations that you make to your vehicle, customizations. If they're of value and you want the value of those things to be insured as part of the agreed value of your vehicle, then you just include that as part of the agreed value of your car. So let's say your car's worth 10 grand, right? And you've got 2.5 grand of mods or PPF or whatever on it. You just set your agreed value at 12.5, and if they're willing to accept that agreed value for that vehicle, then they will insure it. And like with anything else, you get a quote for repairs. Whenever something happens, send it through to them. It all progresses from there. Some insurers may ask you to specifically list what changes have been made to the vehicle. Again, same as modifications. So you might have to specify that it's got paint protection on it in the form of a ceramic coating or paint protection film. But whenever insurers reach out to us, with regard to a quote and things like that, we explain to them the process of, this is a product that the owner of the vehicle has had applied to their car. This is the purpose that it serves. The damage that the vehicle has sustained means that that product that we've applied is no longer functioning correctly and needs reapplication. And so part of the repair process is that, we'll need to remove any scratches or scuffs. If the car needs polishing, then a ceramic coating that's on it is going to get removed. And so that coating will need reapplication. And basically breaking that down as part of a quote and including it in the insurance, that's how that all gets covered.
Yeah, and I think we're still educating some assessors as well. And yesterday, perfect example with Sean and an RAC assessor. And after Sean had educated him on why it needed to be done, then all of a sudden I get an email saying quote's been approved, like contact customer to book it in. So they're still learning, and it's not like, okay, you damaged the front bumper, but the paint shop probably hasn't just painted the front bumper. They've probably polished a fender or the bonnet or whatever it is to then have somewhere to either feather out the clear coat or blend it in or whatever. So now it's not just the bumper that needs to be coated, it's the fender or the bonnet or whatever. So you have to educate these people sometimes as well. And if you can list in there, like why is it $1,000 to recoat a bumper and a fender? Well, these are all the steps that are involved, and this is why it needs to be done, not just recoat bumper $1,100. Yes, that to me that means nothing. So you need to tell a story as to why it needs to be done.
Absolutely. Education is so important, because otherwise you'll just get someone that looks at the cost of something and they'll be like, wow, that is so much more expensive than I thought it was going to be. I'll just go somewhere else. When in reality, it's you take the time to explain, well, this is why, this is the process behind it, then you have a better understanding of it.
And there was a period there, I think it was Tesla's. So if you were getting PPF on your Tesla, they were actually giving a discount on your insurance.
Yeah.
Because it was so expensive to repair those panels. And a perfect example, we had a Model X come back, someone had keyed the side of the car.
Yeah.
And, we just ripped the film off, replace it. Can't remember what it cost, but it wasn't very expensive. It would have cost the insurance company way more to repaint the car, and that was when there was only probably one authorised repairer maybe.
Yeah.
And it was months and months of backlog of work, and you couldn't get in. So it was, no one wants to drive around with a scratched car,
That could have been a very, very disastrous job on a Model X down the side where those doors are incredibly unique.
Yes.
And I imagine they'll be challenging to dismantle. I'm sure Scott would love that.
So yeah, the Bentley, we had a Bentley in not that long ago. Oh, was it Bentley? That the roll that the garage door had.
Yeah, we did a video on that one.
Yeah.
That was a while ago now.
Yeah, so there's another perfect example of why it's important to put, like, you know, like he could have gone through the insurance company or whatever, but it is in the long run saving the insurance company money. So why wouldn't they want you to do it? You know, so I do believe there's plenty of work in that sector for everyone.
Yeah,
it's just if you've got the time to spend writing out, you know, the quotes and discussing with the assessors and whatnot. Yeah.
That's the hidden side of it, is that you and Sean have just recently spent so much time doing a huge amount of quotes for insurance jobs coming in and things like that.
I've done 50 quotes in the last 3 days for insurance. So it's a lot, but that's one claim. So this is like an ongoing, can't say too much about it, but it's an ongoing thing that happens, and it could be 50 to 90 cars a year for this one place. And it's just so, but it takes time, and you've got to have the right things in place. And
because even though it's an ongoing scenario, each individual, like one case, each individual vehicle is a unique scenario.
Yeah, and the other hidden thing is they don't pay when they pick the car up. So like if cash flow is a thing, then you might not get paid for 30 days and you might do 50 cars. So you've got to balance.
Yeah, as we're balancing out our other detailing work and PPF, we're like, let's just do 100% insurance work, and then no one's got any money for a month straight. That's
right, exactly. So you've got to do a couple of cars here and then a couple of cars there to pay for those cars, everything. And then so it's this is business, and you've got to juggle, you know. So So yes, that'll be us for the next 6 months,
foreseeable future.
Yep. So if hopefully people get something out of that, because I know it can be hard to sort of work out how you get into that sort of industry, but like helping out your local panel beaters and things like that is a way in, and everyone's there to sort of help each other and make their lives easier. So we use a lot of work with a lot of different panel shops in this area, and they might need something done straight away, so we can help them, and then we might need something painted for a customer or whatever. So it's all about networking and making it life easy for everyone, you know. So but lots of good stuff, man. I'm glad we get to do this, because we get to talk about it and share it with other people and whatever. So hopefully that's another podcast down, and people are enjoying them. So, and if you're not, you need to tell us if we're just wasting our time, because otherwise I've got other stuff to do.
That's it. Let us know what you think of what we're doing, whether that's our videos on YouTube, social media stuff, podcast. Leave comments, interact with it, engage with it, because we want to create what you guys want to see, what you guys want to watch and listen to, and things like that. As I said before, stay tuned in for lots of exciting things coming soon.
We say that all the time.
Yeah.
Don't we? But there's always something exciting happening.
Yeah.
There is.
Absolutely.
So we're not just bullshitting.
No. It's not just, what do you call it? It's not just clickbait.
No. That's right. Yeah, sweet. All right.
Golly.
Well, that's good, mate.
Yep. Well, thanks for watching and for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the MADinc podcast. If you are looking for some next steps, there are a few directions you can go. If you're interested in learning more about us, feel free to check out our social media content on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or our other productions such as our feature videos on YouTube and our podcast on Spotify or Apple. If you have a question you'd like us to answer or discuss on the podcast, you can send an email to james@madincgroup.com, or if you have a business or service inquiry related to one of your own vehicles, you can come visit our showroom, give our office a call, or send an email to info@madincgroup.com. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time.